Assalamu alaikum, this is your brother Riyan Arab recording for the Prophet's Path. Many of us go out to gatherings and we hear words that we don't like to hear sometimes. Words about people talking about other people saying bad things, negative things about our own friends, sometimes even our enemies. And these words may be true and they may be false. But what we want to talk about, is it correct for us to be with these people when they are doing these things? No. Not is it correct for us to be with these people. Is it correct for us for even to speak about people, against people, bad things about people, negative things about people, even if these people are really bad and negative? Subhanallah. This is called gossiping. This is called riba. This is called namima in Islam. This is forbidden, completely forbidden in Islam, one of the greatest sins. Now when you see your deeds on the day of resurrection and you remember all those days that you used to pray 5 times a day, you used to fast every Ramadan, you used to do all these good things, but you used to have so much gossip, you used to talk bad about the people behind their backs. So you see your scale of deeds and you see that the bad deeds outweigh the good deeds, and you are doomed on the day when you need all those deeds. So we ask Allah to help us and to guide us. And how could we be guided if we don't have the correct knowledge? The knowledge that will help us and benefit us. We need to know how important it is for us to avoid riba and namima. Now first of all, what is riba and what is namima? Let's talk about a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when he defines both. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ one day asked his companions, do you know what riba is? Gossiping? They said, Allah and His Messenger knows best. Meaning, tell us, O Messenger of Allah, with adab, with good manners. They say, Allah and His Messenger knows best. So then, he says, riba is to talk about your friend, your brother, your Muslim brother, behind his back, without him knowing, to say something that he hates, to say something about him that he would hate. Then the companions asked, O Messenger of Allah, what do you say about it if what is said about the person is true? So for example, if we're in a gathering and we talk about somebody behind his back and what we are saying is true, this person is really that thing. So in this case, what is that? The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, if it is true, then this is riba. If it is not true, then this is namima. Namima is calumnies, to make people become enemies with others behind their backs. And riba is gossiping, to talk about people behind their backs. So you see, this is a major sin in Islam, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran,
وَلَا يَغْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَنْ يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ مَيْتًا فَكَرِهْتُمُوهُ.
Neither backbite one another. Would one of you like to eat the flesh of his dead brother? You would hate it. So hate backbiting. Subhanallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us this analogy, this example. Allah compares backbiting to eating the flesh of a human being. Cannibalism. Can you imagine that? Something serious. I mean, nobody would want to eat the flesh of any human being except a cannibal. When you backbite somebody, Allah makes you similar to the person who is eating the flesh of humans. You don't like to do that? So then in this case, do not backbite. Ibn Baz rahimahullah, a great scholar of Islam, may Allah have mercy on him, he said that if you are in a gathering and you hear people talking about other people behind their backs, riba, gossiping, and you do not leave, then that is a sin itself. No, actually he said that if you are in a gathering and you hear people talking about other people behind their backs and you do not say anything, and yet you remain, then that is a sin. Subhanallah. If you cannot forbid the evil, if you can't forbid the evil, then don't stay. If you cannot say anything because these people are, like really rich and they are on high status and it's very difficult for you to approach them and to speak to them and to say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. If you still stay during this gathering, you are just like them. You are gossiping with them, even though you hate it. But you stayed, so then you are like them. Subhanallah, that is a sin. So we want to make sure we avoid these sins and we get on the correct path with the Almighty Allah's commands. We want to obey Allah's commands. We want to obey the Prophet Muhammad's commands, because he who obeys the Prophet Muhammad has surely obeyed the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So please, from now on, no more gossiping, no more backbiting, no more slandering, no more calumnies, no more playing with people's honor behind their backs. If you want to speak to somebody, speak to them right in front of their face. If you have something to say about somebody, please then approach that person in private and speak to him. If you have done calumnies before, if you have done some backbiting and previously before watching this video, then ask Allah to forgive you, and ask Allah to forgive that person who you have backbited, and make sure that you sit with those people during that gathering who you sat with the other day when you did the backbiting. Sit with the same people and tell them, by the way, that person is a good person and I have wronged him. If you do so, then Allah will forgive you, and if you don't do so and you ask Allah to forgive you and you really regret it and you don't do it again, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you, because He is the all-forgiving. Thank you very much for listening. Jazakumullahu khairan. Please like this video, share this video, and see you soon inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum.